Have you ever had to play sports with hazards in the way, like as a kid?
Yeah, for sure. I had growing up, I had a basketball court in my neighborhood where the front of the rim would always bounce. So if the ball hit the front of the rim, it would be like some Super Mario shit where like the ball would like shoot out.
And I assume it's like only one team has to deal with that?
Yeah. So it always got to play for, y'all got that side. It's like, fuck, all right, now we have to adjust nothing but bank shots the whole game.
Yeah. I played tennis growing up on a concrete court where only on one side of the net there was a crack, like in the cement.
How big are we talking?
Like deep. Like you could definitely trip on it, so obviously you just feed all the balls to the backhand side.
Were you the guy that brought people there and was like, I just love this side a little more for no specific reason.
So I'm gonna go on that side, and then
the whole game.
People, you could like disappear. It looked like a fault line, like an earthquake had caused it.
This video is presented by T-Mobile, now the best network in America according to Ookla Speed Test. Go to T-Mobile.com/network to see how.
I ask because while most sports have firm rules about the playing surface, baseball is the exception. And like, obviously there are, the bases can only be so far apart. The mound and home plate can only be so far apart. There are rules about how distant the home run wall can be, but there's also some flexibility. So the playing surfaces can be a little bit different from one place to the next, the way the grass is planted. The home run walls can be different depths and different heights as long as they are within certain rules. And also, certain things can be in play and have rules for them. So there's a ladder, it's up on the Green Monster, and there's a rule about what happens if the ball hits the ladder. There's the catwalks at Tropicana Field. If you hit one of them, it's in play. If you hit one, it's a home run. There's like different rules. And so each stadium has its own set of ground rules. And one stadium, Wrigley Field, has such an iconic feature that's been around for so long that its ground rule is actually written into the rule book. Let me read you the rule. Rule 5.06B4. You are awarded 2 bases, a ground rule double, if such and such things, the ball bounces over the wall, or if the ball goes through or under shrubbery or vines on the fence, or if it sticks in such fence, scoreboard, shrubbery, or vines. It's only one place.
Yeah, I love why don't they just say at Wrigley Field? If this happens, it's not at any other ballpark.
There have been other stadiums in the past, in the distant past, with shrubbery, like on the outfield wall. Because again, we're not talking about past the wall. We're not talking about a ball that's out of play. We're talking about on a surface that would otherwise be in play. If the ball gets lodged in some shrubbery or some vines, then it is a ground rule double. That only happens at Wrigley.
Only at Wrigley.
Yeah. The vines, the ivy at Wrigley Field are really dense. They can fully swallow up a baseball. And so all kinds of stuff can happen with the ball headed that way. Like Andre Dawson once basically got his head stuck in it.
Like legit.
And I don't know if you remember, there was that State Farm commercial a few years ago where like someone's reaching in and pulling stuff out of the vines and then they pull a full person out of there. That was Andre Dawson. I assume as a reference to that. I assume in modern day, if you tried to build a new stadium and you were like, hey, we're going to plant a like several inch deep wall of ivy on the outfield wall, which is in play, they'd be like, no, don't do that. But Wrigley gets away with it because it's so old. My favorite thing that has ever led to, I actually want to show it to you. This is not that long ago. This is during Chase Utley's career. So this is in the 2000s. Chase Utley hits the ball. The ball rolls all the way to the ivy and boink! What'd you see?
Wait, did another
ball popped out of the wall. So the ivy has swallowed up so many things and it's so dense and goes so deep that people find shit in there. Like just by reaching in, they'll pull out like a fossilized baseball from a while ago. But in that one instance, the ball actually dislodged the second ball.
So which ball is in play?
I think they should both be.
Yeah.
In that case.
Wait a second. So the ball hits another ball.
Yeah.
And the other ball pops out. So now it's 2 balls. What was the result of the play?
There's no rule for that.
There's no rule for the second ball.
There's a rule that tells you what happens if the ball gets stuck in the ivy. If the ball bounces back, it's still in play. But in this instance, yeah, the fielders have to be like, which one of you is the real ball? And like, you don't have to play both of them.
Yeah. That'd be a lot better though if you play both of them. You know?
Yeah, but the rule is, if the ball gets stuck in the ivy, it's a ground rule double. The ball's out of play. Yeah. Technically, whatever that first ball was, the ball that popped out when Chase Utley's ball popped into it, at some point years ago, that was ruled a ground rule double, and the guy was awarded second. But decades later, that ball popped out. So I think that should be overruled. And they should go back to that game and be like, ball's live. Everyone come back.
From like a 1965
This guy is still running. Bring him back. The ball has been dislodged. We found it. We can play it now.
But what if the person's passed away though? You know what I mean? Then like
you
gotta get a pinch runner.
My question is, if you had the opportunity, let's say, to build a new stadium and you could put anything in play. So it's not gonna be on the field, but it's probably like on the outfield wall.
Okay.
And if the ball hits it, it's in play. What are you putting in your stadium?
Does any stadium have like a running like train track going around?
The Mets used to have that.
Did they really?
They had something like that, but it was out of play.
I feel like that'd be cool enough where it like dips a little bit into play. You know what I mean? And someone can potentially get hit as they're like on the train throughout.
But then you got to make it like, if you hit the engine, then that's a home run. If you hit any of the middle cars, then it's in play. The caboose, you're out.
Yeah, out.
You know,
automatically out.
I do think that's where I'm going with this too. Is like to have stuff that moves. I would have a merry-go-round. The merry-go-round, mostly out of play, but there's one gap in the outfield wall where one of the horses, or maybe it depends. If it's a horse and you hit the horse, that's in play. Just play it off the wall. If you hit the unicorn, that's a home run.
It's got to be a home run if you hit the unicorn.
I'm just like, if we have a world in which MLB can make ground rules specific to these weird oddities in the outfield, like, you might as well have fun with it. In this case, with Wrigley Field, this is a living thing. Like,
can't control the living, man.
You can't control the living. Like, what if there's like a monkey living in there, and the monkey's like smashing baseballs? Like, how much
just runs out and they play?
Yeah, can the monkey come out and be like, nope, that's ground rule double. Like, that's mine. That's mine.
Or they count for an out for the team, whatever team it is. The monkey comes out, snags a home run.
Yeah, sorry, he's not on the team, so that doesn't count. Anything could be happening there.
Right.
There could be a guy that, was chasing a ball in the 80s and just disappeared, and he's still in there, man. He's in there, he's microwaving pizza rolls, and he's watching the game on TV, and if a ball comes in his way, he's just like, there could be skeletons in there. There are genuinely, for real, there are artifacts in there. Like, every once in a while, after something happens with the ivy, guys will get curious, and they'll go and just root around. And there are documented incidences of people pulling out like dusty old baseballs.
I thought you were gonna say dusty body parts and be like,
that's possible too. Like,
the scene of a murder. They finally solved a murder from 30 years ago.
There's evidence in there. I don't know of what, but it's in there.
Steve Bartman, it wasn't his name. So his body is in there somehow.
But you're right, that they definitely had to put the kibosh on like, no more living things.
Right.
We cannot have like, imagine if you had like Venus flytraps. You had just a bunch of plants
sick.
in there, like snacking up the baseballs.
That'd actually be pretty dope, though.
I do think other sports should get a little more flexible. Like, if NFL stadiums, you could make one thing weird about, say, like, the goalposts.
Right.
Like one's like a little flagged, or
one's a little squeezed in.
Yeah, as long as the total, area is the same. If the Cubs are allowed to have a living thing on the field in baseball, then what if the goalposts at an NFL stadium were also a living thing? Like, you got two big-ass sequoias, and this year the tree grew a branch that goes across where the kicker might want to kick it.
Hey, that's nature, baby.
That's nature. What am I supposed to do? Tell the tree how to grow? I can't do that. Nah. It's all the way up there.
That'd be rude. That'd be rude of you.
Or just two dinosaurs with really long necks, and you better hope they stay still. And also, dinosaurs exist, but only for this purpose.
So you can thank our Patreon subscribers for Weird Rules getting back off the ground and back onto YouTube. If you want to subscribe to Secret Base on Patreon, you can see a lot more stuff like this. But in the meantime, make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube by clicking the button over there.